Hey there, welcome to a Christmas Eve edition of Rolling Realms. This is game 88, round 2, and I'm playing with Viticulture, one of the classic realms here. Can't Stop, a promo realm, and Legacy of You, one of the realms found in Rolling Realms Redux. So I hope you're doing well. Feel free to chime in the comments if you have any questions about how to play these realms, or if you just want to talk about games and hang out for a few minutes, that is totally fine too. Let's start off with a roll. I'll talk about how these work as I go. 5 and a 1. Hey, Ian. Hope you're doing well. We have a 5 and a 1 for the first roll. So Viticulture, you're circling grapes that match these numbers and then eventually using those numbers to fill wine orders. Hey, AAAK71. And then in Can't Stop, we're working on different columns, top to bottom, until we decide to stop, and then you gain everything in that column. And then Legacy of You, we're kind of working left to right to get certain sums, and they get higher sums. You're trying to get a sum higher than the sum of everything to the left. Hey, Alistair. Hey, Garrett. Week is going well. Hopefully, how's your week going, Garrett? Okay, where do I want to use these? These are realms where high numbers are certainly better in Viticulture. So maybe I'll start there and go with a 5 and get a pumpkin. But I'd love to get a coin. And there is a way to get an early coin if I use a 1 right here on Legacy of You. So that'll give me a coin early on. And sure, why don't I use that coin as a 1 in Can't Stop? Outline that. I don't get anything yet unless I decide to stop right now, and then I would get everything that I've outlined. But I don't want to stop yet. Let's go on to turn 2. Alistair, you mentioned that you play a lot of Mahjong, I believe. If I'm getting the person correct here, are you playing anything? Are you playing it over the holidays at all? 6 and a 4 on roll 2. 6 and a 4. Again, 6 is pretty good in Viticulture. 6 is great and Can't Stop for just getting straight up stars. And 4. And I'm still pretty flexible on Legacy of You. A lot of flexibility there. Ideally, this would add up to a 3. This would add up to a 4, 5, 6, and then higher over here. And I could use a straight up 6 here and just not get a sum. I know I want a 6 in Viticulture, so I think I will probably do that. Or use the sum of 1 die. Oh, yes, that's true. I get to use a die plus that number in Viticulture to get the wine order. Let's go with the 6. That's kind of the easy answer for Viticulture. That will be good later to have that in the bank. Alistair says they had a 3-hour session on Monday, the first day of school vacation. This is Mahjong. That's awesome. That's a great session right there. So this is 3, 4, 5. This could be a straight up 6 if I want that coin there. Because I'm tempted to keep going on this 1 path, but I would have to put the 4 right there. You know, it's early enough. Actually, 1, 3, 4. It could be right here. And then I could intentionally not put anything there. So let's do that. I'll get the coin. I'll spend the coin right away over in Can't Stop. And I won't stop yet. All right, turn 3. A 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5. Almost rolled off the table there. A 3 and a 5. Okay, so a 5 could go in Legacy of You, and I could just stop there. 5 is another big number to use in Viticulture if I want to get an early wine order. I don't think I really need to do that, though. I might use the 3 there. Yeah, why don't I use the 3 in Viticulture to get a heart? And I'll use the 5 in Legacy of You right here, intending, again, not to put any number there. And get another heart. And I won't do anything, unfortunately, in Can't Stop. So kind of a quick turn there, unfortunately. But hopefully it should lead up to a bigger turn. I need to use some lower numbers in Viticulture. Here's a lower number, a 6 and a 2 on turn 4. So that could get me a coin in Viticulture, which I could use again in Can't Stop if I wanted to. 6s are good and Can't Stop for just getting stars. And I could use the 6 in Legacy of You to get a coin over there, too. Why don't I do that? I'm sorry, I just shook the camera. I'll use a 6 right there to get a coin. I will use the 2 in Viticulture to get another coin, get ahead on those coins a little bit. I'll use 1 coin to continue to advance and can't stop. So far, not a ton of resources, and I am limiting my path a little bit in Legacy of You. I need to eventually, actually, I need that 2 right here too. Hopefully I see another 2. Turn 5. Okay. A pair of 5s. This is exciting. I can use hearts, 2 hearts to copy one of these 5s. Okay, let's put the 5. I'm going to use the 5 in every place. So here's a 5 star, 5 in Legacy of You. I'm gonna put it right here to get a heart, and then I'm going to use 2 hearts to copy the 5 and use it in Viticulture along with the, where do I want to use it? I will use it with the 6, I guess, to get a wine order, 2 stars. Okay, that seems pretty good. I do need to eventually actually stop and can't stop, but don't want to do it yet. Yeah, not yet. 5 and a 2 on turn 6. 5 and a 2. A lot of 5s this round. A lot of 5 so far. So 5 could be good and can't stop. I said I needed a 2 in Legacy of You. So here's a 2 and a coin. I will use a coin to gain a coin in Viticulture. And I'll use the 5 in can't stop. And I won't stop yet. I'm going for 1s and 5s pretty much and can't stop. And maybe a 6 thrown in there at the end if I get a little lucky. All right. Going pretty fast today. Hopefully that's okay. Have I used everything? Yeah. 2. Yeah. Used everything. Here's a 4 and a 2. I now have an abundance of 2s. Actually, I do need the 4 in Viticulture, and I have room to book it. So, yeah, why don't I use that 4 in Viticulture to get another heart? The 2... Actually, I know that I need a 1 and can't stop. So I'll put the 1 right there. The 2, let's put the 2. Actually, the 2 goes right in Legacy of You because that'll have this add up to 7. So that adds up to 3. That adds up to 7. This will add up to 4, 5, 6. I just need some higher numbers over there. And that gives me a pumpkin, which will be helpful as I try to duplicate one of these realms in a minute or reactivate the realm on the same turn. 2 turns left. It's kind of coming down to the wire, but I think I might be okay. We'll see how things work out, of course. Yeah. A 6 and a 3. A 6 and a 3. Okay. Well, let's start with a move and can't stop because I want to use a coin in can't stop right here, and then I want to stop. I want to stop, so I want to gain 2 stars and then 1 of each resource. That's just a 1. I haven't used anything over here yet. Now I have a 6 and a 3 to use. I think the 6 is probably best for Viticulture. So I will use the 6 plus 3. Here's a 12 right there for 2 more. Making it really easy for me to finish off Viticulture on the next turn. Famous last words there, but I think it should be okay. And then finally, here's the slight gamble. I'm going to put a 3 over here in Legacy of You. Actually, this might be the turn. Yeah, this might be the turn to copy the 6. Because I know that if I want to get another star out of can't stop, now is the time to do it. But I don't know what I'm getting on the next turn. So I don't know if I should. Yeah, the risk is that I roll really low numbers on my last turn, and I can't fill in a 5 or a 6, which would be really bad and can't stop. So maybe the risk-averse thing to do would be to copy the 6, use 3 pumpkins so I can reactivate and shift the value of the 6, and use it here and can't stop, and stop so that I get, I have too many stars here. Here's the 4th star that I should have. That's all I should have so far, and get 1 more heart out of it. That is a risk-averse move. We will see how it pays off because I also know that I need at least a 5 here in Legacy of You. So kind of betting it either way. We'll see if it works out. All right, final turn. Okay, 6 and a 4. I got those higher numbers that I wanted. Rolling much more friendly today than yesterday. Ian, you were here for yesterday with your 14.1. All I need is a 1 in viticulture. So I'll do that. Here's a 1 in viticulture equals 10 or higher. Great on viticulture. Ideally, I'd use the, yeah. Well, actually, I could use the 6 and can't stop and then stop to get another star. And then I can use 2 pumpkins with the 4 to turn this into a 5. Have 1 pumpkin left over. That gets me up to 8 here. That's a 6, that's a 5, that's a 4. All the sums are bigger than the previous sums. And so that is a full 6 stars right there. That is, what do we have? 17.2. 17.2. I'm pretty happy with that. Ian, hopefully, and anyone else playing along live here, hopefully you like these rolls better than yesterday, and maybe you can even do better than the 17.2. I think maybe there's a world where you could get a perfect 18 here. Ian knows rolling realms quite well, so Ian, I think you might be able to pull it off. Let me know in the comments if you play along now or in the future what your score was compared to my 17.2. And I will hope to be back tomorrow. I'm aiming to be back tomorrow for another 3 o'clock game. 17.5 for Ian. Well done, Ian. And if that doesn't work out, I will be back on Friday instead. That's right before I record my podcast, my Positively Board Games podcast on Friday. So it's a little bit crowded if I do that back to back. So we'll see if I can work that out tomorrow. Great seeing you all. Trafalgar, nice to see you too. And oh yeah, Ian almost got the 18th star. Have a great day. Christmas if you celebrate it, Christmas Eve. And I will hopefully be back tomorrow. I'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.